for anyone who misses the meeting. So good afternoon again, everyone. This is year 8 and their exit point, although I'm sure we all know that if we're here. For this exit point, which was for their first unit of the year, their big idea was respect. The students were asked to create a city based on an artifact. So we gave each group an artifact from a historical place or culture and asked them to create a city that is inspired by and respects that artifact and the culture that it comes from. So we have 4 cities that the students created virtually in an online program called Minecraft. We have 4 cities that the students created, and they are going to explain their artifact, their culture, and their city, as well as some of the features of their cities. So group 1 is going to present first. That is Oliver, Ranveer, Nikolai, and Archie. And then group 2, Peterson, Muine, and Antonia, you guys should be waiting and ready to share your screens after group 1. All right, Oliver, Ranveer, Nikolai, Archie, feel free to begin.
Okay, let me just share my screen now. So, hello everyone.
Hello.
This is our Minecraft world. So our assignment was to create a world based on an ancient artifact. So the artifact we were assigned was a harp. So over here is our artifact. Our harp is from ancient Egypt. Just a second.
So I built this harp. I had to, at first the design didn't look that good, so I had to look it up on Google, and
So this is our harp.
So
okay,
yeah.
Let's just get on with it. So we have built 4 pyramids in the world. There's one here, one here, one here, and one here. I built the pyramids and Oliver was in charge of the interior design, and the village Nikolai built. We'll get into that a bit later. So this is the biggest pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Giza, the one in which King Tut was buried in. As you come over here, it's the tomb, as you go down the stairs. Over here is another sort of tomb with a bit of an eerie feeling with these candles.
So I did the interior design for everything. So to the tomb. So Nicola and I worked on this too. We worked on we worked on this tomb. We tried to make it look scary, but didn't really turn out scary.
So that's the biggest pyramid. It's about 200 square blocks. It took me about an hour to build. This is one of the smallest pyramids as well. We didn't really want to keep the design the same for every single pyramid. We tried to branch out a bit to make them a bit different. But for the tomb, it's all the same basic design.
Except for King Tut's tomb.
Yeah. So you can't really type with hieroglyphs in Minecraft. So we just wrote hieroglyphs on a sign and put it on the wall. Yeah, we built horse stables here. Unfortunately, the horses aren't there right now because they keep despawning once you add them to the world. Yeah, those are the stables. We have some chests over there, and that's a cage.
Forgot to say that.
This is another pyramid. We didn't really get to do the design for this one because we
Didn't have enough time.
didn't have enough time. I just built that one yesterday. Yeah, so all four of the pyramids are basically the same. There's not much special to them.
So, I'm Nikolai, and I built this city or this village, and it has quite a lot of houses, and they're mostly all the same.
Go into the inside one of them. I wanna
Same-
show my interior
same
design.
And Oliver did all the interior designs of all the houses,
Yeah.
and I built the houses. So they're built out of sandstone, and the roof is built out of black terracotta, which is like a clay that they made out of water and some other ingredients. And I also built an irrigation system around the entire city, so everyone had water.
This was a very clever idea. We had 4 large tanks which supplied water to all these different houses.
And this is a
I built this wall and then Nikolai built the rest.
this is the store, and you can buy groceries and everything over here.
Gross.
Yeah, you can buy anything. Yes, that was the village.
There is another village, though it is not as big, like it doesn't have what's it called, an irrigation system, although it's quite similar. It's over here. Oliver is the one who built this one, and it's not the cleverest place to put a village because there's there's a hole, like a very big hole.
Ravine.
It's called a ravine. It goes very deep into the ground, so if you fall, you're dead.
I tried to make the houses slab. I built slabs around them to make them look cooler and fit in with the sandy aesthetic. Nikolai built the shops.
The design for the shops is quite similar to the other one.
It is the same. And then if you left, do you see there? So that's the house of a crazy old man.
This is the house of a crazy old man who is eating raw rabbit meat.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so that's it for the villages. There's not much special about them. They're basically just normal villages. Over here is the Sphinx. So I built this out of sandstone and cut sandstone as well, and some gold blocks and lapis. Yeah. The platform was originally made out of stone, but we decided to switch it out for sandstone. Not many people know this, but the Sphinx, the real life Sphinx, doesn't actually have a nose. No one knows what actually happened to the nose of the Sphinx. So we just decided to put this here. And yeah, they also decided, Nikolai decided to put like a secret entrance in here. And as I said, we used stone blocks for the platform, which is hidden out. That is the Sphinx. Again, that's our heart.
Nikolai, where's the what coordinates? The desert, the temple. Coordinates.
Okay, just a second. We're trying to find something else that we built. I built a castle for the pharaoh of Egypt. This isn't really what actually happens. It was just a bit of our creativity. Just trying to find it right now.
Yeah, that's his village. We made it.
Yes, so this is what we built. What I built, I should say. It is a castle made out of sandstone as well. As you enter here, there's a step, red carpet for fanciness.
I made the bridge.
There is the throne for the pharaoh, wearing his beautiful diamond armor. His bed, his triple bed is over there. There's a spiral staircase over here for a nice view. And yeah, there's an entrance to over here. So yeah, there's not much else to our world. We spent about 3 weeks on it. There's also some temples here, although we aren't the ones who built it. It came with the world. Yeah.
I added the gold blocks.
Yeah. And there's the River Nile over here, leading away. Yes, that's about it for our world.
That is.
All right, thank you, Ranveer, Oliver, Nikolai. Archie was also in this group. Although I'm not seeing Archie. Yeah, Archie's here in the chat. Archie is a student who joined us just a few days ago. So he was with this group as they were finishing up. I have a question, and we're going to spend a couple of minutes. If any of the parents may have a question. Could anyone in this group tell us how exactly do your buildings connect to the harp, please? The harp was your artifact.
Well, the harp is from ancient Egypt. We couldn't really find a way to connect the harp to everything, connect to ancient Egypt. But it's from Egypt, so we just decided to build an Egyptian civilization.
Okay. Are there any things that you guys researched where the harp may have been used or played in any of these kinds of buildings?
For various different ceremonies that were held, like weddings or funerals, they would use the harp to play music.
Okay, great. Would those ceremonies take place around any of the buildings that you made, like around the Sphinx or the pyramids or some of the temples you mentioned?
So yeah, for funerals, obviously, it would have to take place near the pyramids because they're tombs. So mummified.
Okay. If there are any other questions from any parents, please feel free to ask at this time. We have a couple of minutes where we can do that.
Good. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
So my name is Joost, I'm the father of Nikolai, and I would like first of all to make a great compliment to the boys for a fantastic work they did. It's actually impressive to see. And at the same time, I'm wondering, you have your endpoint, and do you feel like you have complied and that you reached all the objectives of this endpoint? And why do you think that you did so? Can you please elaborate on that?
I think we fulfilled the requirements for our entry point, exit point. Sorry, because yeah, I think we did really well for doing stuff in 3 weeks, and I think we accomplished.
3 weeks isn't a lot of time, especially when you have many other lessons. So I feel like we did the best we could have done.
Yeah.
We could have spent a bit more. We had a bit tough time. We could have spent on it a bit more time to perfect it, but
it's also hard to go in the world all three together.
Yeah, and
because
it's hard to organize what times.
Yeah. And Ranver's iPad had the world, so if I wanted to go on the world without Ranver, it wouldn't be possible. If Oliver wanted to go on the world without Ranver, it also wouldn't be possible. So that made it also hard. But yeah, we think we kind of achieved something good.
All right, there was another question in the chat. What was the significance of the Sphinx without the nose?
Well, no one really knows how the Sphinx. Well, the significance of the Sphinx not having a nose. It wasn't. Oh, I'm a bit confused by that question, but to answer it in my own way, I'd just say that no one knows what happened to the Sphinx. Some people say that it was attacked by people who wanted to colonize Egypt, but no one knows what happened to it.
No one.
Right. Thank you for the pun within the answer. All right, well, thank you guys for presenting. I think you guys put a lot of work into this and some thought about how it connects to your artifact. We are going to go to group number 2. Now that is Antonia, Muine, and Peterson. And group 3, Gino, Liam, Naum, and Amelia, please also make sure you guys are ready to share your screens as well once they are done. All right, but thank you, boys, in the first group. We are ready for the second group.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Peterson.
Okay, so this is the market that they used to sell stuff to other people that came, like the other villagers and people who lived here. And these are also the other shops that they would sell. And then this is the harbor, and our artifact was the dhow. So we put the dhow here, and also there. We also added chests on the ships because they would carry stuff to other countries like Tanzania and Zanzibar. Yeah. And this was the mosque because most of the places they went, it wasn't really Catholic and it was Muslim. Yeah. And Winnie is going to explain the farm.
So this is the farm where it's mostly wheat, but yeah, there's also some carrots, but it's for eating. And then there's a barn that has cows and sheep, and you use the wheat to get bread to eat from the farm. Yeah, that's all.
I guess we're done. Yeah.
Okay, Peterson, Muine, Antonia, could you explain what is your artifact? I heard a dhow, but I personally don't know what a dhow is. What is a dhow?
A dhow is a boat that they would use to travel to like Zanzibar and Tanzania to trade stuff and sell stuff, and also gather other food and resources that they would need. And yeah, and they would use it a lot.
You keep saying they. Who are they?
Like the Pakistan people that lived here.
So you're saying that the dhow was a boat that traveled from which countries to which countries?
To Tanzania and Zanzibar.
From where?
Pardon?
So you're saying it would travel to Tanzania and Zanzibar from where?
From Pakistan.
Okay. How do all of the buildings that you talked about connect to your artifact, to the dhow?
Well, for the mosque, it's because the places they went to, they weren't really Catholic and they were Muslim. And the Dao was the artifact. And then the farm is what they also used for their resources and what they took on their journeys to other countries. Yeah.
Okay, great. What was your third building?
The farm.
It was the farm and the mosque, and the third one was?
The Dao.
Could you maybe show us inside the ship?
The big one.
You have more than one, that would be great also. We didn't get a very good look at that.
The Daos, they don't really have anything inside. But then this bigger ship, it has a lot of chests. So they could carry loads of things. And here down was also where they stored their resources, and also their bedrooms were here. Yeah, so this was where they would relax when they're on the cruise ship. Well, not a cruise ship, but yes, a ship.
All right, well, I have a couple of questions. What were they usually carrying in the chests? What was their normal cargo? And did you guys find any issues that they may have in traveling by sea or transporting all of these things by sea?
Well, the issues they had when they're traveling by sea is that sometimes maybe their stuff would flow out, or their ships would start sinking and douse, and yeah, and also probably because it took a really long time to travel stuff from one place to another country, they probably didn't have too many people willing to do that.
Okay, thanks for that answer, Peterson. That was nice. What cargo did they usually have?
That one, I don't think I remember, but maybe Mwine or Antonia knows.
Wine
Maybe
or
food
Antonia?
and goods, food and goods, and maybe tools. Yeah, tools, food,
You're very quiet, Wine. Could you
okay.
say that again?
Food and tools.
I still can't hear you. I don't know if other people can.
Food and tools. They would use food and tools.
Maybe you can put
He
it in
said
the chat.
food and tools.
Food and tools. Okay. All right. Well, if there are other questions from the parents, feel free to ask, please. The group has a pretty detailed town, but feel free to ask any questions about it that you have. All right, if there are no questions, guys, thank you very much for your presentation. We are going to go to group 3. That's Amelia, Naum, Liam, and Gino. Group 3, you guys are the ones who are coming up. And then group 4 is going to be Kanyana, Levy, and Ariane. You guys should be ready to go after they have finished. And group 3, Liam, can you start us off, please?
Liam, could you please press back to?
What did you say? Okay, so this is the Colosseum. Our artifact was the gladius, which is a weapon that the Romans used. The gladiators used to fight in the Colosseum. Also, they used it in wars. And yeah, we're gonna start off our introduction with Nahum.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Nahum, and I'll start off by telling you about the Colosseum. The Colosseum is an oval amphitheater in the center of the city of Rome, Italy, just east of the Roman Forum. It is the largest ancient amphitheater ever built and still is the largest standing amphitheater in the world today, even despite its age. It was built in the 70 AD to 80 AD, and it is 1,951 years old. So Liam, can you take us through the Colosseum and show us what it looks like?
Is the entrance of the Colosseum. And to get to your seat, you go up this ladder, which takes you to where the Roman citizens sat to watch the two gladiators fight with their gladius. Here is where they prepared for the fight, and they had weapons like a gladius and a shield. Also, when they were fighting, they had armor so they don't majorly hurt themselves. And all around me is just Roman citizens just watching the fight. And up here is where Gino's gonna explain what up here is.
Certain people sat, such as kings, queens, priests, even princes. Here, could you go to the throne, Liam? Here is the throne where the queen and the king sat while watching the gladiators fight. One fact is that the color of it is purple because to Romans, the color purple, it means royalty. That's all. That's all for now. That's all. Could I give it to Amelia right now?
So this is a mark. Oh, it needs to load.
Okay, so
Yes.
Amelia is loading into the game.
But here, the place that she's loading is the place where the Romans traded for weapons, food, and materials, such as metal, to make weapons, armor, and more.
So are we going to a second city here?
Yes, we're going to a second city.
I don't know why it's taking this long to load. It doesn't usually take.
Could you tell us some of the features that we might see in the city while we're waiting?
There's a river which it goes through Italy and it passes through Rome. And then I also built an aqueduct, which is the main irrigation system that the Romans would use. So even places that they conquered, they would build aqueducts. So they'd find a river and they'd make a channel, and then they'd build. It looks like a bridge, and it's basically just a channel for the water to pass through to make it easier for them to get water to different places. And then like Liam said, there's also the trading center where they'd go to buy weapons or to get food or materials for like making clothes. So here's, just need a second to load. Basically, you can see all the townspeople. Oh, there's loaded. So basically, this bridge that's here, that's got water in it, that's the aqueduct. So it's basically a bridge that carries water. So it's getting the water from the river over here. Oh no. There's a river that it's carrying water from over there. And so then it's just taking the water basically to the other side. And so then this is the marketplace. So there's like fruits, and then the place where you see with water down at the marketplace, there's fish there. And then on the other side, there's some furnaces where where they make like weapons or build all construction tools. And then at the end of the marketplace, just 1 second. Over here, down at the bottom, you can see there's different like animals there, and for people to buy for like food, if like they're having like a group of people over for a party or something. So yeah.
Mr.
That's
Scott,
the end of our presentation.
Mr. Scott, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, everyone. I was asking someone from the group, could you please tell us how the cities are connected, maybe by the artifact?
I think because the Colosseum, the irrigation system that was going through Rome, Also our artifact was a gladius. And that was a trading market. So like they used to sell like materials there, and yeah, which could make a gladius and that stuff.
All right. Are there any questions from any of the parents who have been watching the presentation?
Hello. Hi, this is Vicky. I'm Amelia's dad.
Yes.
First of all, fantastic presentation. Thank you very much for sharing with us. I wanted to ask the group, and probably even the others who have presented, are there some things from what they researched around that they can see in our day-to-day lives? Are there some things that they can see today, maybe in Kampala or in other cities that they've been to? I think you're still muted, Mr. Scott.
Could one of the students answer? Could you guys tell us what you think about the about what was asked? Amelia, could you answer? Or Oliver, Ranveer, Nikolai, I hope you guys are still paying attention. All of the groups were asked.
I think, yeah, you can still see the Colosseum because it's still built and it's not broken down or anything.
You can also still see some of the pyramids in Egypt. Yeah.
Mr. Ishraja, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does kind of. I just thought like in terms of the activities, like, whether it's, things around, if there's some marketplaces that they think are a bit similar, or some events that some of them might have been to, or places. So yeah, but that's okay. It's a great job, everybody. I've really liked watching it.
Okay, guys, I think the question was asking, are there things that you have seen that relate to what you have presented, not just do the buildings that you have recreated still exist? Has anyone in the class seen anything that maybe a harbor from the second presentation, or something that reminds them of a marketplace or an irrigation system that we saw in either of the first or the third presentation?
I know that aqueducts are sometimes used as like for bridges or for roads.
Yeah, Amelia, you were telling me about an aqueduct that you've seen.
Yeah.
Where was that?
It's close to my grandma's house in England, and so it's used as a bridge, as a road, and as a bridge.
Okay, great, thanks. How about DAOs? Who was involved with Flippy Floppy last year? Oliver, Ranveer, Nikolai, Gino. What kind of boat was in Lake Victoria?
A plastic boat.
Yeah, it was plastic, but what kind of boat was it?
The flip-floppy boat.
Yep. What kind of boat is the flip-floppy boat, Nikolai?
A recycled plastic boat.
Does it look like a dhow?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Peterson, thank you for the hint in the chat. So guys, I think it is important that you're connecting some of your prior knowledge to these presentations. Group 4, let's get started on your presentation. So Ariane, Kanyana, and Levy, we do want to see what you guys presented as well. All right, please. Ariane, can you share your screen?
Okay. Sorry, it takes a while for my thing. It's a bit glitchy.
What did you say, Ariane?
My camera is a bit glitchy, so I have to do something in the settings, so I'm able to fix it now.
Our group
We needed to have it set up already, Ariane.
didn't do our group isn't so ready, so we're gonna do what we have today, and then we'll do the rest of the presentation.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are going to present again on Friday next week during homeroom. But Ariane, are you able to show us what you have already completed?
Yes, now it's working. Let me just switch it on.
Ariane is showing his screen. So if you click in the top right corner, you can pin his video to be like the full view. All right, Ariane, can you take us through yours so far, what you guys have done?
Okay. So over here, we have like a few houses in general and a path just leading to everyone. We have a few totems here and there. We have like a kind of big totem here. Then we have like a farm for cows. Then we have like a farm that has wheat, carrots, and potatoes. We have like a kind of trading shop here. And then we have another one over here next to the farm. And then we have like a mega totem that's like multicolor, and you can climb up it. You can climb up, so you can just see. Then the last thing is like a lead, like the leader's room. He has like his armor and tools. He has chest, and then he has his throne room, so you can sit and watch him sitting. And then he has like an open window, so you can see everything that's happening. There are also 2 guards here protecting. Then there's like just a campfire here for the citizens to cook their food. There's a kind of pool. And yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you, Ariane. Can you very quickly tell us what your artifact is?
It was a totem.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about totem poles, or Kanyana or Levy?
Okay. Totem poles are like tall carved logs, and they are painted and like carved, and people painted like faces on them to represent the owner's like animal. So apparently totems are supposed to be a person's mythical ancestor, and also sometimes it's supposed to help in gaining power in war, hunting, and other activities. So totem poles are respected and honored, but they are not really worshipped. So the animal on the totem pole are supposed to be displayed as a type of family crest. Same way like, I don't know,
one British family might have like, I don't know, a whale on their crest. So the designs were made to represent human and animal faces, not to look exact, rather than to look like them exactly. They all are also a sign that they were a sign of the owner's will, because getting an artist to make one was really expensive, and the best poles were made in the early and mid 1800s when village chiefs and many other important people became wealthy from the fur trade with whites. That was also where steel knives were introduced, and that time helped in carving.
All right, thank you, Kanyana, for explaining a bit about the totem pole. I am looking forward to seeing more about how that is going to connect to your city when you guys are able to complete it. And thank you to the other 3 groups as well for taking us through your cities. It is 3 o'clock, so I think our time is up. Can we please turn on our cameras, everyone? The students especially, so that we can see you guys. And can you guys thank your parents for coming, spending some time out of their day to see what you guys have been working on? Thank you, Kanyana, for turning on your camera. Thank you, Oliver, Ranveer, Nikolai. Thank you, Archie. Anyone whose camera can turn on. All right, so year 8, thank you guys for your efforts. This year we are trying to have exit points be longer term projects. You guys have had, 3 weeks to work on this. And we've done some self-reflection on using our time wisely, on being proactive, and on working as a group. Can you guys, in the future, make sure that you take that self-reflection with you and implement it in the next exit points, and also you can let everyone see the best of your efforts in those following exit points. Oliver, Ranveer, Nikolai, I can see your hands.
Where are you going to upload?
Sorry?
Going to upload this? It's not
So there will be a link in the newsletter to the recording. All right. Year 8s, can you guys say thank you to your parents? And we will end the Zoom call. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Well done, Kanyana.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And